Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. And through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and also an update on our $1 million challenge, so please stay tuned. In the previous video I carried out a stock analysis for ticker symbol SENS and also Dexcom, so please refer back to the previous video for stock analysis of both stocks and looking at potential investment for 2022 and which one is likely to give you the greater return over the longer term. So before we start today's stock analysis, quick reminder of the $1 million challenge. If anybody's not aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is to try to achieve 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses. Once you join us in the journey of the challenge, you'll get access to an exclusive in-depth strategy video which explains the process step by step. You'll then also get access to our Discord community, which is growing and well in excess of 300 now, where people will be sharing due diligence, trading tips, technical analysis, buy alerts, research, etc. In the Discord area, you'll be able to read our agreement, the FAQs. You can also chat and ask questions about the challenge and also get access to our stock spreadsheet. Spreadsheet is updated weekly using Google Finance Formula, with color coordinated buy and risky buy signals indicated by red, green, and we also have blue and orange signals as well. So as part of the challenge we have a leaderboard to celebrate the success of the members. So it's not a competition, it's something that we try to work together as a team. So the leaderboards is more for motivational purposes. So join us on this journey for as little as $9 a month. If you join today or tomorrow, the second payment will be refunded, as payments are always taken on the first of the month, so no reason to delay. Details in description below. In today's video we're going to do a stock update for ticker symbol MMAT and OCGN. So let's start by having a look at the chart for ticker symbol MMAT, Metamaterials. This is a stock that has been featured a few times on the channel, and in terms of today's chart at time of editing, the good news is the stock is up in excess of 10%, trading at $2.72. And we can see prior to today the stock has been trending down, at one point getting very close to $2.40. So there was some good news today. If we have a look at the RSI on the 30th of December 2021, we can see it's very close to 70 at time of editing. So a lot of interest in the stock right now. Let's see if there are any developments that we can share. I'd like to now give a shout out to Metamaterial News on Twitter, and they have posted something very interesting. So let's have a look at the tweet in question. And what they have stated here is that MMAT, MMTLP up 14% as speculation of the preference shares stop trading tomorrow. So this is a rumour. Potentially this could be the reason why the shares are up significantly. Let's have a look at some other developments with regard to the stock. In terms of other developments, there's an article here from 29th of December 2021, and the headline we can see here from Yahoo Finance is that Pomerantz law firm investigates claims on behalf of investors of Metamaterials Incorporated, Torchlight Energy Resources. So let's have a look at the details of this article. In the next part of this article, which was shared through PR Newswire on December the 29th, we can see here that the law firm Pomerantz LLP is investigating claims on behalf of investors of Metamaterials and also Torchlight Energy Resources Incorporated with regard to what's happened in the past. But they've also stated here if any investors are interested to contact them by the email and the number there. In terms of the investigation, the concerns are whether Metamaterials and certain of its officers or directors have engaged in securities fraud or other unlawful business practices. So further down, we're also aware as investors of what's happened with regard to Kerrisdale Capital. This is a hedge fund that has stated that the company is a scam. That was one of their tweets. And following this publication from Kerrisdale Capital, we did see a significant fall in the share price. In terms of this law company, we can see that they have offices in New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, Paris, Tel Aviv, and it's acknowledged as one of the premier firms in the area of corporate securities, antitrust, class litigation, etc. So in terms of the law firm, they are stating here that they have recovered multi-million-dollar damages awards on behalf of class members previously. So in terms of what happens with this going forward in the future, time will tell. But let's have a look at one of the responses from George with regard to the directors and the behaviour of the senior management. Now I'd like to share a tweet from George. This tweet is from 18th of August 2021 in response to Duke Silver. And what George has stated here is that when I started the company 2 years ago, we had appointed a full board of directors, full governance, with ICDD accredited directors, appointed EY as our first auditors under IFRS. And for those who understand governance and audits, we made sure that almost at the start that everything was squeaky clean, paid top dollar, because we knew that what it takes to do business with Fortune 500 companies like Airbus. So in terms of any potential allegations of mismanagement, George is going to refute these. As investors, we do have questions with regard to how everything has been handled. I think if George can clear these up, it will be positive. If the company comes out squeaky clean, and again, that will be positive for the stock, positive for the business, and it will also be great for people holding the company long term. So hopefully everything turns out well. The next stock I'd like to look at is the symbol OCGN, Ocugen. This is a stock that has been featured a few times on the channel. So before we look at the latest developments, let's have a look at the chart at time of editing. We can see on the screen here the chart is up. The stock is up in excess of 12.21% at $4.92. However, prior to today, we can see that the stock was generally trending downwards. There were some negative comments, which we're going to look at shortly as well. However, good news today, the stock is up significantly, just in excess of 12%. We can also see the RSI was very, very close to 80, so a lot of interest in the stock. In terms of volume is very healthy, in excess of 18 million at time of editing, compared to the average volume of 14 million, so certainly going in the right direction. The first thing I'd like to share is an interview on Morning in America where Dr. Fauci appeared. So let's have a look at his statement. Here we can see on the screen that what he said is, we have enough vaccines, the best vaccines available in the US. I'm puzzled by the question. We have more vaccines than we need right now. We just need people to get vaccinated with the vaccine that we have. The mRNA vaccines are desired by everyone else in the world. So we have what we need, and we need to use it. So that was his statement. The presenter here stated, are you opposed to alternative treatments? So again, in response to this, Dr. Fauci has said, what do you mean alternative? It's not an alternative, it's another vaccine. We don't need another vaccine. We have plenty of vaccines. We have not applied to get approved. When you try to get approved, the FDA looks at the data and the data in order, and you give a good scientific rationale to approve it, and then the FDA approve it. So certainly what we can see in terms of this interview, Dr. Fauci seems to be against additional vaccines and against additional approvals. So let's have a look at his claim that there are enough vaccines. I think most people will agree that there are a number of vaccines available for adults, but I think the question that Dr. Fauci did not address is, are there enough vaccines for children? So let's have a look at the screen here in terms of available vaccines for children. So we can see on the screen here, for anybody under the age of 4, no Pfizer, Moderna and J&J are not appropriate. Between 5 and 11 year olds, we only have the Pfizer and BioNTech available. Between 12 and 17 years old, we also only have the Pfizer and BioNTech available, and anybody over the age of 18, we know that there are vaccines available. So certainly when Dr. Fauci says there are enough available, I think one thing he did fail to cover was the vaccines for children. So this is where Covaxin comes into play. What I'd now like to do is share some breaking news from Yahoo Finance dated December the 30th, 2021. This is positive news and one of the key reasons why the stock is up significantly today. And the headline here, we can see that Ocugen partner Barrett Biotech announces positive immunogenicity and safety data for Covaxin, COVID-19 candidate vaccine in children 2 to 18 years of age. So this is positive, this is unique, and this is certainly giving the vaccine a potential advantage over other vaccines. And the bullet point at the bottom, we can see that Covaxin, the whole virus inactivated vaccine, generated broad antibody response comparable to those seen in large phase 3 trials in adults 18 plus, and the adverse events were primarily mild and no serious adverse events were noted. So continuing with the article, we can also see here that no cases of blood clots were reported, as expected with inactivated vaccines. We can also see the company is focused on developing and commercializing vaccines, and they announced today through its partner Barrett Biotech in terms of the phase 2 and phase 3 trials conducted in India for children aged 2 to 18 have been positive, demonstrating robust neutralizing antibody response and favorably safety profile on the print server using a 2-dose regimen administered 28 days apart. So this is very positive. So the results demonstrated a greater than 93% reduction in severe disease. Again, very positive. And the data was the basis of the pediatric emergency use authorization submitted in the United States for children aged 2 to 18. That was on November the 5th, 2021. Let's now have a look at the trial details. So we can see here that 525 children aged 2 to 18 were enrolled from 6 clinical trials across India, and these were conducted between May and July 2021 to evaluate the safety and immunogenicity of Covaxin on a 2-dose schedule 28 days apart, and children with prior infection of SARS and CoV-2 were not excluded from the trial. And the final positive news article to share with you here is dated December the 29th, 2021. And this is the headline here. We can see from the company, Bharat Biotech to commence Covaxin export to 60 countries in 2022. So let's now have a look at the details of this very positive headline. Let's now have a look at the final part of the article, and the company have stated here that the company, after getting the emergency use approval from WHO, is now ready to export to more than 60 countries. We also have confirmation here further down in the article that the vaccine has been approved in several countries. The spokesman has said from the company the exports are going to be accelerated next year. So this is certainly very positive in terms of other developments. Partnership with Ocugen Incorporated for commercializing profits is something that is ongoing, and hopeful that Covaxin could be approved for use in the US and also Canada. Probably Canada will be first, but I think in the US there's going to be a lot more bureaucracy and hurdles to cross. But once that happens, then certainly this will be very positive news, not only for the stock but also for overcoming the problems of the COVID-19 situation. Finally, if anybody would like to join us in our Discord, where we have daily discussions on all stocks, so you can join for as little as $9 a month. Details in description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.